Welcome back, my people. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, my people, in today's video, Onyema, the chairman of Airpeace, has come out again and he lamented how other airlines want to take them out of business. In his words, he said, all of the sudden, the other airlines are underpricing and the plan is to take Airpeace out. If they succeed, Nigerians will go back to paying 20 times over. My people, this is really challenging. You guys know the day of inauguration of a London route. He told us all the challenges they went through and what they're still going through right now. But this time around, you guys know that they reduced their price. Because of that, other airlines reduced their price as well. But this time around, other airlines are underpricing just to make sure that Airpeace is out of business. So he's here to tell Nigerians like what is going on and the consequences if eventually these guys succeed of taking Airpeace out of business. This is a time that Nigerians need to show that they are Nigerians. This is not to talk, because according to him, if eventually that these people succeed, Nigerians is going to pay 20 times over of what they are paying now, because this is what they'll be doing to other airlines. At the end of the day, they succeeded. This time around, the Airpeace chairman is telling us that this is a time that they need Nigeria support, especially Nigeria government support. Other airlines that are owned by individuals, their country are massively behind them. So this is the time that Nigeria government need to stand up and say, this is our own, we need to support it. Because the way these guys are trying to frustrate this Airpeace, my people, these guys, they don't want any development in Nigeria. They don't want anything good to happen in Nigeria, because they know very well that if Nigeria still stay undeveloped, they are really benefiting from it. Yes, my people, this is the time Nigeria government need to stand up and say enough is enough. So, my people, let me allow you guys to watch this particular video and I will be right back.
Congratulations on that achievement. When we see one of our own locally doing something good, we must together join our voices to say kudos. Congratulations, Mr. Onyema.
Thank you very much.
What has been the experience, though?
Well, I have to say not just congratulations to Airpeace or Onyema, but congratulations to Nigeria. Congratulations to the government of the day and all women people of Nigeria. This country has been fleeced over time. And I'm a student of Martin Luther King, who says that unless you bend, no one rides you. We've bent for them for so many years. This is the time for everybody to stand up right so that nobody will ride you. What we did in the last 3 weeks and what is happening now is an eye-opener to everyone. That nobody can come and make your bed for you. We have to make that bed ourselves. And however you make it, so shall you lie on it. A situation where we allow this to happen for over 20 years now, or since the nation was born, is unacceptable.
I mean, when you say, there are those who will say, oh, it's a fit for Airpeace and Airpeace is going to be making the money. But when you say that, congratulations to Nigeria and Nigerians and to the government, what do you mean? What benefit does it have for Nigeria and Nigerians?
Yes, like I've always said in the past couple of days, it's no longer Airpeace. Airpeace belongs to over 220 million Nigerians. What Airpeace did 2 weeks ago is benefiting the entire population of Nigeria, benefiting the government of the day, is benefiting the people of the day. For example, you were paying 15 to 17 million naira for business class going to the UK 6 hours flight, paying about 6 million for premium economy and about 4 to 5 million for economy. But 6 hours flight before now. Unacceptable. Then you go over to Ghana, you go over to Lome, you fly cheaper, more than half the price. You go to South Africa, 9 hours from Johannesburg to the UK, you pay less. Now, the direct airlines, we are taking 17 million business class, 15 million business class, 6 million economy, 5 million economy. Those who are going indirect, when you start going to Qatar, 8 hours, you suffer some 3 hours delay over there, or layover. Then you go to do another 8 hours to London just because you want to cut the cost. You go to Ethiopia, some 5 hours, you stay there for about 3 hours, you do another 6 hours or thereabout to the UK. You go to Morocco, you go to Egypt. In fact, Nigerians had even started going to South Africa. 6 hours down the line, then you come up and fly over Nigeria 9 hours. They were suffering. They were paying through their noses. Even the indirect airlines also cashed in on this because they were offering business class for 8 million. Nigerians were, oh, this one is cheaper. They were offering economy for, say, 4 million or 3 million. Oh, this one is cheaper. Then Airpeace came on board. Airpeace could have, if not for patriotism and that nationalistic instinct in Airpeace, or principles in Airpeace, we could have done 10 million business class, and Nigerians would clap. They say, oh, Airpeace is cheaper. Would have cashed in on it.
How much did you charge for business class?
4 million.
How much did you charge for first class?
4.5.
Wow. And economy, premium economy?
Economy, 1.2 million, starting from 1.2 million. So we brought it down. Remember, the foreign airlines told you that was because of dollar, the exchange rate. They were selling so much. So apart from our people paying through their noses, another thing this did to the economy. This dollar problem was not Tinubu's creation. I said it before now, and I've proved it to the entire world. People were blaming President Bola Tinubu. It was, I mean, a play of both internal and external conspiracies. These airlines were taking into the market a lot of money, chasing dollar every day, buying at any amount.
But they are always complaining that their monies are trapped with CBN.
I'm coming. But it's no longer CBN now. They take their money from their commercial banks, go out there in the market, buying dollar at any rate. And that was putting a strain on the Naira. Now, Airpeace did this. Everybody came crashing from 17 million to 5 million. Dollar did not change. Using dollar as reason for whatever they were doing to us. The dollar didn't change overnight. Yeah, they came down to 5 million. Now they're even selling, they're underpricing now. Some are advertising $350.
Just to take it.
So that's why I said,
frustrate you.
Exactly. That's why I said. That's why I'm saying congratulations to Nigeria on two levels. One is you don't have to sell your house to fly to the UK anymore. Two, the dollar has come crashing. We've proved that if only we are patriotic in this country, we cannot do it. It's not for the government alone to do. Play your part. That's why I'm saying congratulations, Nigerians, because this country, we've achieved something collectively as Nigerians.
All right.
And the government has been supportive.
Yeah. One of the things, of course, I mean, as you can see on the screen, is that this is a brand new Boeing aircraft. One of those aircraft that Airpeace said they've purchased. Perhaps the kind of similar experience that you probably will get on some other airlines is what Airpeace is giving. And so the question is that those who will say, Mr. Onyema, don't rejoice too yet, because what you have just raised is those experts who have said, we've seen other Nigerian-owned airlines who have gone through this route and frustrated out of the market. The same strategy is being employed right now by some of those foreign airlines to drop the price so that people will now leave Airpeace and go to those foreign airlines. Are you aware of those tactics?
Of course. Of course. It's a very devilish conspiracy. All of a sudden, people are airlines are underpricing. Underpricing. That is below the cost.
Yes, in the space of 1 month.
Yes, not up to a month. One other airline was advertising $100. Another one $305, $350. This, if you fill up the entire aircraft and carry people on the wings, it's not even enough to buy your fuel. So why are they doing that? Their governments are supporting them. Their governments are supporting them because Nigeria has been a cash cow for everybody. Their governments are supporting them.
They come here, they fleece the country, and they even have opportunity to fly just around the country.
Yes.
The way you will not, as a
doing their country.
You not do that.
So their governments are supporting them to do this and take Airpeace out. The idea is to take Airpeace out. And the moment they succeed in taking Airpeace out, Nigerians will pay 20 times over. Once again, it's going to happen if, God forbid, they're able to take Airpeace out. Because what is happening now is scary. And of course, even in Gatwick where you are you given 100% cooperation? Let me tell you this. On the first day, on the inaugural flight out of London, 24 hours to the time, they moved us to another check-in area, other than the place assigned to us. The place they gave us, the carousel was not working. So when you check in people, you need to manually carry the load to go to 50 meters away to go and drop it somewhere else, just to delay you. No other airline faced that.
Frustrate your operation.
Exactly, no other airline faced that.
And the fact that
they can even use your ground handlers.
They didn't even allow you they didn't permit you to land in Heathrow, to operate in Heathrow.
Of course, that one is, they will tell you no slot. Even Gatwick, when we got to Gatwick, we now said, okay, let us take Gatwick. They say, oh, no slot available. When we pushed and pushed, they gave us scattered slots. Today, 3 p.m., next day, 2 a.m., the next day. Who does that? So Festus Keyamo had to went to London with us, and to warn them, if you continue these stupid, foolish acts, the government of Nigeria will surely retaliate. And this is from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We will retaliate.
So the government of Nigeria has solidly backed Airpeace.
Of course. I said that before the President during the IFTA. That is the truth. The government of Nigeria is behind Airpeace, making sure they didn't. But the government has to do more now. That is evident. There is maybe an unofficial statement about taking this airline out. Because when you charge $350, I've told you, fill up every seat, people put passengers on the wings of the aircraft. You can never fear that particular place.
I see the flag of Nigeria, the map of the flag of Nigeria on most of Airpeace airline. And it gives some sense of pride.
Because we are a flag carrier.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people who will say the British Airways is not owned by the British government. The Virgin Airline is not owned by the British government. No. But the government in that country will back it and will support it and make sure that nothing happens to these airlines.
Because it's a British investment.
But yeah.
They create jobs for their people.
So this is a Nigerian investment.
This is a Nigerian investment.
And for
thousands of people, thousands.
One of the rare times we are seeing the government pushing and also supporting this, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say in a rare time we've seen a government supporting a private interest for the sake of Nigerians.
Yeah, you saw Bayo Onanuga the other day telling Festus Keyamo that if anybody tries to disrupt Airpeace operations from within, sack immediately. That gave me hope. So the government of President Bola Tinubu is behind us. I'm here. I'm sure after the Salah celebrations, I'll be meeting with government to see how we can help. It's not just Airpeace alone. Anything we do now is for the entire Nigerian aviation industry to succeed. If they take out Airpeace prematurely, this country will pay dearly for it. 10 times over, quote me, billions will be lost. There will be another heavy strain on the Naira. Remember, it's only yours that can save. I invite other Nigerian airlines to join the fray. Let them come. Let all of us do international operations. Yes, it's very, very dirty. International aero politics is very dirty. But somebody has to pay the price. Like people say, oh, the London route is the most lucrative. No, it is not the most lucrative route. It is not. It has been the most lucrative because there was no competition. And there was this unspoken alliance amongst airlines coming to Nigeria to charge any amount. So it became very lucrative for them. Now that Airpeace has entered the fray, it's no longer lucrative for Airpeace, it's no longer lucrative for them. Because the fares have been so drastically brought down. And their governments are supporting them for them to be able to do what they are doing. They targeted at taking Airpeace out of the market. So we need our government to come out and see what they can do to support. If it is a reduction of charges that we pay, we do it. Their own people are supporting them. We cannot be left to go in alone.
Right. I mean, I'd like to know what will be the way forward. You're ready for this politics. You know that it is a very dirty arena and you need to be tough to be able to. And on behalf of millions of Nigerians, we are Channels Television. We're a private entity. and we are also supporting you, giving the backing and supporting, looking at another private interest, and we're saying, kudos to you. You are making us proud, just as every private organization in Nigeria should make Nigeria proud. And we say, kudos to you. And when we wonder, what is the next step? What is the way forward? How do we guarantee that Airpeace has come to stay on this international route for the sake of Nigerians?
Yes, first of all, I have to say this to you. I know why they are all scared of Airpeace. You know why? Airpeace is in the UK bona fide. We passed the TCO audit. So we are not just there doing wet lease. We are not going into the UK on the back of wet lease operations only. No, we are there bona fide as of right. They came, audited us. We passed their TCO audit, which is very, very stringent. It's all about safety. We passed it. So we got that TCO approval, which most airlines from Nigeria in the past never got. So they depended on wet lease. And when you depend on wet lease, I'm telling you, you're going to wet lease an airline from an airline over there. Whenever they wake up and want to deal with you, they use that lessor and take you out. The lessor will one day wake up and say, oh, we cannot continue with this. That is the end of your business. And they give the cost of wet leasing is so high. That's the reason Festus Keyamo went to Airbus to seek collaboration the other time, to see if Nigerian airlines could start getting leased aircraft. All these airlines all over the world, they don't own their planes. Give it to Nigerian airlines. We own our planes. I own all the over 34 airplanes Airpeace has bought.
100%.
100%. We own them. We purchase them. With the ones that are still on order. It's not supposed to be so. All these big airlines you see all over the world, name them, all of them, no exception. They don't own those aircraft. What they do is that they make orders from Boeing or Airbus or from Embraer. A lessor, a financier comes in, pays for it, and leases it to them. And maybe for 17 years or 15 years, they'll be paying lease rentals back to the lessor. At the end of the lease, the lease period, the lessor will take the aircraft back and maybe sell or renew the lease. So it is very easy for them to build capacity. But over here, we have to cover money. Just like you want to buy your house, you have to carry every money. And the banking system in this country should come up and do real banking, not making money for the owners. They should come out and do real banking, not about airlines alone.
When this system is frustrating businesses.
Exactly. When you go to Canada, the banking staff, his KPI is not about how many big men did you attract to the bank or about how much you're able to bring into the bank. It's about how many people you have been able to give loans to at the end of the year. If you stay abroad, every morning you see leaflets coming to your house from the banks. Come and take loan. They make the society so easy. It's different in my country, whereby the banks are not really disbursing loans to businesses. They need to stand up. I said it the other day during the Iftar with Mr. President. Let all of us help this government. We have a government now. Until another election, let's make sure the government succeeds. The only way to make the government succeed is not by lip service. Use more sphere. Do that could touch the lives of the people. When the people are happy, it rubs off on the government of the day. That's the best way to do things.
Mr. Festus,
so the banks are needed to come in for this financing aspect of aviation. You have insurance, and they don't have anything to fear.
Credit that will not frustrate and strain the businesses. Mr. Festus Keyamo said part of his ministry's plan is to create Aeropolis, where there will be a community where everything that has to do with the airport and all what have you will be created. Nigeria doesn't have any of those, because you go to Atlanta, Delta, you go to Frankfurt, Lufthansa, you go to Dubai, Emirates. There are these airports and infrastructures, or these airlines and infrastructure are typified to them. They're tied to them. In your own thinking, what do you think government needs to do in terms of airline, aviation, infrastructure that will help this business to thrive?
Well, Mr. Keyamo has been talking about this Aerotropolis. What we had before, there was no plan. He didn't meet any plan, as he said. What I'm trying to do is now is to bring in experts to design this Erythropolis, because it's not just about airlines alone. You have the hotels, you have the banks, you have the rail, you have the land transport, and all of them, keen into the Erythropolis. So it has to be designed. But then the banking system and the financial world must also be ready to develop this infrastructure. The present infrastructure is debilitating and is discouraging. So the government is saying they're going to do something about it. I think they've said about doing it. And they need every encouragement they can get to do that. If Mr. Keyamo can do that, that is kudos to the government. But the most important aspect is this leasing that he went out there in France to look for. If he can succeed in getting Nigerian Airlines to be able to access dry lease as against wet lease, that will help the industry so much. And going to the UK, you asked a question the other time, how do we intend to sustain the tempo? We, in Airpeace, we can play our part, but I keep on saying the government has a huge part to play. We are in the market now trying to buy more 777s to make sure we have enough. Because remember, Airpeace is doing Guangzhou, China. Every Wednesday we are doing India too. We are doing Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and Dubai is about to happen again. And now we are doing London, which is a piece of cake, just 6 hours. Airpeace flies about 160 hours daily in this country. 160 hours of flying, unblemished, daily. So this noise about London,
you people deal with Embraer.
Yes, people
are dealing with Embraer. You have Boeing.
Of course,
on your
brand new planes. So this question about how can he fly to London? I wonder. Airpeace flies 14 hours non-stop to Guangzhou, and the plane lands. Within 2 hours, that same plane takes off, start coming back another 14 or 15 hours non-stop. So why do you want to? Why can't we take ourselves away from that slave mentality that our own cannot do?
Mr. Onyema, let me ask you, and frankly speaking, because I imagine the president is watching, the whole nation is watching right now, and let's get together as a people. What do you fear the most? What is your biggest fear about what you have put your hands on in terms of these routes?
Well, if it comes to the UK route, I know it's not a child's play. It's not easy to take food away from somebody and you expect the person to lie on the ground for you.
You're expecting them that they will fight back?
They're already fighting back. I tell you one thing. Every day, Airpeace, we posted 100% on-time departure from Nigeria. 100%. We make sure we push out before time. We've always been landing in the UK.
On time?
On time and before the time. We've never landed after the time. We've always landed before the time. There are some windows you're allowed to land before the time. You even have a window to maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes after the time. We've never landed on the time. We landed before the time. At all times. But what happens out of UK? We've not left UK on time.
Because of operational issues?
Because we are being deliberately frustrated. Different ways they will frustrate you in all ways.
You think a government-to-government bilateral talks can resolve this?
Of course. We are compiling a whole dossier of what has happened in the last 1 week for the federal government of Nigeria to step in. Because remember, there are this 8-20 principle. If you don't achieve 80% on-time departure out of that place, you are stopped from coming in again.
And you know
so
what?
they will use that to say, you can't come in again. Now, every time the ground handler, they can use the ground handlers, they can even use your catering, they can use, so like sometimes, the other day, we finished boarding. For 20 minutes, they were looking for ground handlers everywhere. They couldn't see the ground handlers to load one of the craters into the aircraft. And when they come, no reason will be given to you. No reason whatsoever. I've told you the one of giving us a carousel where...
A dead carousel.
A dead carousel. We needed to be carrying our load. And when we got to the boarding gate, they said, oh, the system collapsed. The IT collapsed.
Yeah, so
the government needs to know this.
And the government of Nigeria needs to stand up to the government of the UK. Let them know
that if you stop Airpeace any day, because government has to look at our operational, out of Nigeria to the UK. 100%. 100%. So what is
going on there?
Going
so
on
there are those, Mr. Onyema, saying that it is not only Festus Keyamo because he's in charge of aviation. There are those who are asking the Minister of Foreign Affairs
and Trade,
the Minister of Trade and Investment, to also stand up and ensure the safety of Nigeria's business interest in those countries. Because at the end of the day, they will find some excuse and come after Airpeace if this is not done, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's not done, they will do that. But you remember when we did our inaugural flight, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Trade, they were out there to show support that this is a Nigerian project. It's not about Airpeace now. It's a Nigerian project. And really, for once, I've always been proud of my nation, but I became prouder of being called a Nigerian. The way the present government came out, rallied around Keyamo when they fought against the slot regime they were giving us. Now, the Minister of Trade also came on board, Foreign Affairs came on board, and they are doing that. Look at the Nigerian High Commission in the UK. The Acting High Commissioner made sure Airpeace were on the billboards. All the buildings surrounding that place, they were littered with videos of Airpeace coming to London. We've never had it so good. Never had it so good. The support from President Tinubu's government was massive, and I thank him.
Mr. Allen Onyema, we can only wish you the best. I mean, just about when I was about entering the studio, I saw a videotape of a pastor in Lagos, Pastor Wole Oladiyan, having a special prayer for you.
Oh, another one, not at the
No, this is a pastor in Lagos, Wole Oladiyan, who organized a special prayer for you. And there's individuals also who are wishing you well.
Sorry, shall we allow me to say something? Pastor Adefarasi, where is he from? He's a Yoruba man.
Yeah.
The Wole
Oladiyan, yeah, from Osun State.
He's a Yoruba man.
Yeah.
Jide Yanuwura,
yeah,
is a Yoruba man. Jide Yanuwura that wrote the first piece warning Nigerians about what he saw in Gatwick, about the deliberate antics those who are trying to bring to bear on Airpeace. And warn Nigerians, we must stick with Airpeace, that whatever happens, must stick with Airpeace. And he was the first person to do massive positive review. What does that show? Because one Yoruba man talked about the Isiagu dress. Yeah. And people were, see,
I don't even want to go into
99% of Nigerians,
yeah,
Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas or Fulanis or Birom, Shekiri, whatever, all Igalas, all of them support Airpeace. The fact that one single person just in his heart tweeted some silly comments don't distract.
Mr.
So
Onyema,
people should not bother about that.
Look, on this note, the whole nation is behind you. Yeah. We're supporting you, and 99%. Here at Channels Television, we're also rooting for you to succeed. When you succeed, all of us succeed. All the best. Congratulations again, Mr. Allen Onyema, proprietor and CEO of Airpeace. Thank you so much indeed for coming.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Wow, this is awesome in the part of how Nigerians are really behind this man and supporting him. And also, I love how he cleared the air about Isiagu clothes. Yes, so it's just a few people, like few people that are just making this Isiagu matter out of hand. But I believe that Nigeria, like 99 Nigerians, are solidly behind this man. And Nigerians are saying that they're going to retaliate if UK keep frustrating Airpeace in the UK. Because there's no way they will come to Nigeria. We give them all the support they want. We make sure that they are okay. But when we go there, they make sure they frustrate us just to make sure they take us out of market. This is so unfair, honestly. And I believe that Nigeria government need to wake up and say enough is enough. Because this is our own. We cannot allow evil plans from our enemies to come to pass. Yes, my people. And I thank all Nigerians that are suddenly behind this man, and they keep praying for him to succeed. Because if he succeeds, Nigeria will succeed as well. So that is it, my people. I hope you truly enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to share the video so that other people can get the opportunity to watch it as well. And if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye for now.